Hey there, Jed Coburn is here with the Exercise Physiology Show. This is episode number 43. And here we are, number 43. And hopefully you know who I am by now. If not, I'll just keep explaining who I am. I'm an exercise physiologist. I am a former fat kid. I feel like with my life's experience, my education, and everything else that's going on in the world, I'm a pretty dang good filter for anything on the internet. People ask me questions. People say, well, what about this? What about that? How does this work? What is that? What exercises do for this? What should I eat? You know, stuff like that. And the internet is a great resource, but it also is a crazy resource because there's so much crap on it. So that's what I'm here to do today, is explain just some things that people ask me a lot. And today I think that we should probably talk about a subject around, health, fitness related type that not many people think about. I would say too many people worry about when, how often, stuff like that. What happens when you get 15 reps into a round, or if something becomes too easy, right? Well, you got to think of it this way. If something becomes too easy, you got to find a way to challenge yourself more. You got to make it harder, okay? And that's called progression. So as a beginner, strategically, I've put together the newsletter, WOD number 1 to WOD number, I think it was 87 we're on. It gets harder, and that's okay. That is the point. If you're not challenging yourself, if it's the same motion and it feels easy, that's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem, right? What do you do about progression? You go faster, right? You can go harder. And a lot of things that I do, it's only body weight, right? We can start loading it later. We can put some weight on it later. But if you're ready for weight, right? If you're getting to the point where you can crank out about 50 push-ups nonstop, you may want to think about adding some more load. What that means is put your feet up on a wall, or put your feet up on a chair and hit your push-ups, right? Then add a little bit more weight onto your shoulders, your elbows, your upper body, basically. If squats aren't, you can crank out 50 squats. I just throw out those numbers because 50 seems like up here, an attainable number. It's being mindful. If you can hit 100, then you definitely need to put some load onto it. You need to carry some weights while you're doing these squats. But if you don't have any weights, you're gonna grab like soup cans. You're gonna grab a gallon of water and just hold it above your head for squats, right? You just got to think of it. If you're getting to 20 seconds, let's say we're doing Tabata training. If you're getting to 20 seconds and you're going, I'm not even tired, you're not going hard enough. I'm just going to come out and say, you're not going hard enough. If you're not getting out of breath during your workout, during your WOD, your workout of the day, you're not working hard enough. That's simple as that. And you're not going to burn the fat. You're not going to gain the muscle. You're not going to progress. You're going to stay the same. Now, this staying the same is bad. If you're in maintenance mode, right? If you just want to maintain the way you look and you love that, that's okay. Who am I to tell you that that's not? But if progression is your outcome, your desired outcome, because I work with outcomes. Like, that's the only way that I work professionally and personally. If there's nothing that we're measuring and we're not going after some kind of an outcome, We're going nowhere. We can't measure it. We can't grow it. We can't make it smaller. We can't make it bigger. How do we know? Well, we take measurements and take pictures. But progression, right? That's the key. You have to be able to progress and figure that out. So that's what it is. That's what it is today. Is if you can get to 100 reps, heck, we'll divide that in half. You can get to 50 reps of anything really fast. You got to go harder. You may want to think about putting some weight onto it, grabbing some weight, put it in your hands, changing the angle, like I'm saying, of your push-up. Put your feet up on a chair, put your feet up on a wall. You can do some handstand push-ups. If you're getting to the point, if you're doing push-ups on your knees even, right? If you're doing push-ups on your knees even, and you're getting to the point where you can crank out about 15 or 20 of them, it's time, right? It is time for you to come up off of your knees and then grab a couch, right? Go to the end of the couch or go on the wall and start really cranking them there and push them out. If those become easy, you're gonna have to get down to the floor, actually get down to the floor, go full push-up style. Okay, the progression is up to you. You just gotta know when to progress. You just gotta know when, right? And it's taking that step. That is a huge mental step. That is a huge mental step. Just knowing that, you know what? Yep, it's time to add more weight. Be always mindful of being the same, like static versus progression, right? If you're gonna stay the same and that's your outcome, bingo, you're there. That's perfect. But if your outcome is to gain muscle and lose fat, then do that. And a way to do that is to figure out a way to go harder. So I hope that helps. And a lot of it is, where is it? Up here. You gotta believe that you can first. Here's the steering wheel. So I do everything in my car. I really thought about doing this, at my house. But even after the gym's open, I think I still might just put the camera in the car and go for a drive. Because I think that, I don't know, it could just be my self-talk, but I think I do a lot of my best thinking, talking, brainstorming, reviewing in the car. It's very relaxing. Don't have much to think about except for driving, right? And no worries, this camera is mounted, in the car. I'm not, it looks like I'm looking at you, but actually I am looking at you, but it's not dangerous, right? I'm right level with the road. Don't worry about that. But it is, this is where the best thinking happens right here. So, progression, think about that today. How many reps of anything can you do? And if it's too easy, you need to up it. You need to go faster. You need to go harder. Because really, if you're going, let's just say, let me give you an example. If you make it this far, into this video and into anything that I do, 8 minutes is quite a bit of commitment, and I appreciate that. But let me give you an example. If you hopped on an elliptical, which personally, I mean, do your cardio, that's good. I just do other ways of cardio. I don't do cardio machines anymore, but that's just me personally. If you love it, go for it. Find what you love, find what you just absolutely, want to do and do it. But anyway, if you're hopping on an elliptical, a treadmill, a bike, seated elliptical, whatever, and you're just going through those motions, you could do that for an hour straight. While it's better than zero, you're not doing a whole bunch more, okay? Unless you're deconditioned enough, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but unless you're deconditioned enough that is feeling to you like it is getting you out of breath and you feel like it's work, okay? But if it's not, and you're just going through those motions, you need to increase resistance, you need to increase speed, you need to challenge your body, you need to challenge your heart and lungs. At least, if you're on there for 24 to 26 minutes, you need to challenge yourself for at least every other minute, half the time. Because then that increases what's called exercise post oxygen consumption. It's called your EPOC. And what that scientific what have you means is you increase your metabolism for 24 to 36 hours, and your ability to burn calories is that high for that long by doing nothing at all. So you're burning calories, your body's still burning calories for that amount of time, and you're doing nothing. How awesome is that? And then if you give yourself a day of rest and you do it again the next day, let's say you're Monday and you do your 12 to 20 minutes in your EPOC, your all that good zone, you got out of breath, then you compound that 2 days later, jackpot, right? Now you're just a calorie burning machine. So that's what I mean on progression, is get out of breath, get those reps in that actually wear you out, and you give that a shot. Okay? So that's today's episode. You give everything a shot, 100%, even more than that, and go from there. Let me know how you're doing. If there are days where you can do more, do more. If there are days that you cannot get the wads done that I throw out, that is okay. That means you have pushed yourself to your limit, and that's the point, is working within your capabilities, but understanding that those capabilities will eventually go, right? All right, if you are willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. And gosh, by now, believe in you, because that's what it's all about. You have to know that I do. Have a great day. Bye for now.